Hello, everybody. This is episode 9 of my Create Above and Beyond playthrough, where today I have some planning to do. So, the more I've been going through this playthrough, the more I've kind of started to dislike this area. And not because it isn't cool. I like all these machines and everywhere. They're really awesome. But it feels too, like, open. Something that I have been able to tell on really good looking Minecraft builds from, like, YouTubers that I watch are that they like to compartmentalize their different machines. So, like having everything in just one big area just doesn't look that good. So this episode is kind of going to be an episode where I change things up a little bit and maybe come up with some plans and guidelines for the future to make everything just look nicer and be cooler. My main focus today is going to be this floor. As, chaotic and create moddy that this is and how awesome it is, it's all gotta go. I do not like it. Like, it's just so chaotic and so disorganized. So, pretty much what my plan is going to be is I'm just going to tear it all down and restart in a new way. So, instead of just kind of plopping everything down where I have space, I'm going to like designate spaces for things. I am going to focus on two main things when redesigning this place. I'm going to focus on accessibility of like these drawers, because these ones are kind of accessible, but the ones with my stone and stuff really is not. This is really hard to get to. So I'm going to make this a lot more accessible. And then number two, I'm going to focus on visualization. So you're going to be able to walk through this factory and just kind of see things going. There's going to be no hiddenness. Everything's going to be easy to access. Because over here, if I need to change something, it's a nightmare. I have to like do parkour and jump around and figure out ways to get around without just getting caught on fire. Uh, so, guess now, as I burn, I have the unfortunate task of tearing everything down, and I'm probably gonna be putting lots of stuff in like a storage elsewhere. So, let's get going. Apart from my front gear stuff, everything has been cleared out of this floor, and it looks really empty and sad. Everything that this factory is made out of is contained in this bag and in here, aside from this train stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start planning out where I think everything should go. And then also, one thing I'm going to establish before I do anything is I think this elevator, I'm going to switch it from the center. Because what it does in the center, it is kind of a limiting factor because, it's kind of enabling me building everything around like this, and it makes it kind of hard to build everything in like a creative way. So my plan is I'm going to move it from the center to here, and it's going to be a better elevator. It's not just going to be a rising platform. It's going to be like a full-on elevator thing with opening and closing doors. But I will not be able to do that until I plan out the rest of this factory because it's not going to run on a gantry shaft. As cool as this was, I don't like it. Just a random red shaft being here. It's instead probably going to use a rope pulley from the very top of the factory, and pretty much it'll just hook onto the elevator contraption, and it'll pull it up, like shown in this demonstration here. But I won't be able to do that until I plan out what the rest of this factory is going to look like. Because so far I only have two floors, but this thing is going to be tall. So if you want to see what comes of this, then subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see the new episode. Okay, I've kind of made my plan for how I want this to be. Like over here is where like the elevator will be once I make it. So you'll come out to this area and you'll be able to access these things, which will be the most important things. It'll be the kinetic mechanisms, andesite alloy, and rubber. And then you can walk into here. I think against this wall, I'll have like a to-do list or something. I don't know, but there's just this big empty wall that I need to fill. And I think I could do some pretty cool stuff with it. So over here, this is gonna be my wood area. This is where I'm gonna process all the wood, and this slot right here is just gonna hold like my wood materials, like the logs, like oak and dark oak logs, or oak and spruce logs, and like all the other stuff that I'm gonna need. And I'll just process all the wood over there. And then over here is my stone processing area. So I'm gonna have all the stone things here. And then back behind here is where I'm gonna make my andesite alloys in this space. I'm hoping that this constraint of just this little space right here will help me build, a nicer thing. And then over here is where my sand farm is going to be. Along these walls, I'm just gonna have, the sand generators. And then this is going to be like the final destination. This is where the kinetic mechanisms are going to be made, right here. So this is just going to be kind of like a nice little display that I'll be able to see it. And then over here is where I'm going to make my resin. And yeah, that's kind of the plan. So let's get started. Alright, I got my first room made. This is my clay production room. So these are the strainers that produce the sand. And then the sand comes along this conveyor belt, goes down here, and then these fans wash the sand and turn it into clay. You can kind of see that happening right now. And it just goes into this drawer right here, and it will get outputted right back here so that I can start making the andesite alloy. It's really easy to refill. I can just check to see if these trainers are here because they have a limited amount of uses, and I got plenty of extra. So, yep, this will last me quite a while, and it'll produce me a nice bit of clay. Okay, my andesite machine is complete. This thing is quite the mess, but I don't know, I like it better than the first andesite machine. Pretty much what happens is this clay, after it gets washed, it goes over to here and gets mixed up in this mixer with some kelp into this agile blend, and then it gets smelted into these agile bricks, which go up here and go with this andesite into this mixer, and it makes these andesite alloys. This recipe is a little bit different from the normal create mod, but that's just because create and above and beyond, it's the way it works is a little bit different, and they wanted to automate the production, or they wanted it to make the production of andesite automatable. And then over here, I just have all the different stone types going in here, and all these drawers are already full, so this stuff is all just burning. But if I pick something up out of these drawers, they will stop burning in the lava until the drawers are filled back up. So after this andesite gets mixed up, it goes up here, and then along this conveyor belt out here, and then gets put into this big mess. So pretty much it goes into this drawer, and then this thing takes 3 out of it at the same time, so it creates a stack of 3. Then this splitter splits 1 off the stack, this one splits 1 off the stack, and they go into these drawers right here, which are just for this production line. And then the remainder comes down this conveyor belt and into here, which is just my andesite drawer. So now that I have the andesite automated, now I need to automate the wood so that I can start automating these kinetic mechanisms. So that's what I'm going to do right here, and let's get started. Alright, I have the wood production all finished up and connected. So now I am producing these kinetic mechanisms again, but in a much more organized fashion. This isn't really anything amazing. I just have it just splits off and comes here, gets made into these slabs using just the saws again. And I need to put lava here to, prevent some lag, because this is going to make it a little bit laggy. So I'm going to have to go underground and get some of that. So now I have kinetic mechanisms automated. So now I need just the rubber. And also I need to build the walls. And then this floor is pretty much done. And I just need to cover up all this mess, because I kind of maybe have created a little bit more of a mess than before. But it's all hidden. Anyways, let's get on to it. Alright, my rubber setup is done. It's just kind of simple, just how it was last episode. So yeah, this entire place is kind of looking really good. The last thing I gotta do is replace the ceiling. I like the colors. I think I'm gonna keep this same kind of style. but I need to change these lines because they're kind of in the wrong spots. But I'm worried because I think that if I mine them, they'll fall down and get caught on all these conveyor belts. So I think I'm just gonna shut off the entire factory for a little bit. Alright, I got the ceiling all retextured. I think it looks a lot better now, because it's like shaped to the room that I'm in. Um, and I think that is all I've got time for in today's episode. Today, I did quite a lot, although I didn't really make any progress. I just redid this entire second floor. Yeah, I'm like really proud of this though. I mean, it looks super chaotic, but it also looks kind of cool. I know I said I was gonna do this basement area, but I think I'm just gonna wait until I get the elevator over there, and then I'm just gonna rebuild it based on that. So with this blank wall here, I want to make maybe a to-do list, but I'm not 100% sure. If you have any ideas on anything you want to see on this wall, just put it in the comments and maybe it'll happen. Because right now it's just really empty and bland. So thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe and see ya later.